Today calls herself Mother God.
All of these people are liars. Screaming behavior. I am God. They were very dysfunctional, very dysfunctional. We're a cult. We're a cult. We're a cult. What we're doing is experimenting.
The group is a cult.
Or the majority of humanity.
The group is a cult.
These people are liars.
The group is a cult.
It's a lot of mental manipulation, a lot of brainwash.
That Amy has become mentally ill.
Either way, it's unacceptable. That where moms say, I don't know how the fuck this is gonna look on the tapes. It's probably gonna be absolutely horrifying. And I was like, in a pool of pee. And I was like, in a pool of pee. Like, this is great.
The group is a cult. The group is a cult. The group is a cult. The group is a cult.
These people are liars.
The group is a cult.
It's a lot of mental manipulation, a lot of brainwash.
That Amy has become mentally ill.
Either way, it's unacceptable. That where moms say, I don't know how the fuck this is gonna look on the tapes. It's probably gonna be absolutely horrifying. And I was like, in a pool of pee. And I was like, in a pool of pee. Like, this is great.
The group is a cult. The group is a cult. The group is a cult. The group is a cult.
Hello, all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're having an amazing day. I'm having an amazing day, even though it's very, very snowy here today. So winter is now upon us. Good to see you, Devil's Advocate. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Swordman Rin. I'm just going to call you Swordman. I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Hello, Insulin. Good to see you. Hello, Thamian. Good to see you as well. I hope you're also doing amazing. Today, of course, is Cult Day, and I'm extra excited about this one because 5D Full Disclosure, which, if you're unaware, used to be the Love Has Won cult. This is the cult that had Amy Carlson, Mother God, mummified with Christmas lights on her in her bedroom. It was called out very, very much so a couple of years ago, and then, I don't know, people just stopped talking about it after that. But it's still going on. And they have finally released their November 2023 Ascension Energies update. just a couple days ago. So I think we're going to start off by going through that before we continue on reading the Ascension guide, which we're reading the big one, the big 92-page one, and we're on page 48, chapter 12, the chakra system. And this is the last long chapter, if you will. After this, it goes by pretty quickly. The last few chapters are pretty quick. Damien says, good luck with the snow. We don't get snow here, but at the moment we have summer. Yay! I'm jealous. I wish I could have summer all year round. That would be wonderful. So since they just did this 2 days ago, I was like, okay, we have to share it. Because, excuse me, we are in November of 2023, and this is their Ascension Energies update, and they release one every single month, and they do this because of their beliefs, of course, in the 5D Ascension. So, they say that November 2023's theme, I guess every month we have a theme, and it's opening to readiness, which already sounds ridiculous, like opening to readiness. I guess be open to being ready? That's what you think it would mean anyway. They say November's keywords are cosmic wisdom, spiritual connection, and mystical expansion. And they started off with, hello, beautiful soul. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That was so sweet. My soul is actually dark, cold, and dead, but whatever. Last month was intense as old trauma and wounds continued to surface and events in the world collectively overwhelmed and triggered us. I mean, there's a war going on, so I guess you could say that. Transmuting all of this trauma took tremendous inner effort, leaving many exhausted, fatigued, and ill. October's transmutation of trauma now gives way this month to the possibility of greater spiritual connection and mystical expansion. So that sounds very, very fun, doesn't it? I think it sounds like a good time, a good Saturday night. Therefore, November continues our sense of introspection, spiritual growth, and personal transformation. If you didn't know, you are personally transforming. This allows us to move into greater inner divinity, oneness, and wholeness, which I'm pretty sure oneness and wholeness are pretty much the same, I guess. It's just weird because they believe in everyone on the earth to be like a collective, you know, like everything affects everything, blah, blah, blah. But then they talk about needing oneness, which is like being on your own. So that's always confusing to me. I love that. As this sense of connectivity comes online, see, everything's about how they're all connected. It's weird. We clear rigid mental patterns or blocks to allow us to flow with change of any kind and permit our seventh chakra that contains our higher destiny to align with divine will. And of course, as I stated, we are going to be reading chapter 12, the chakra system. So don't worry, you will understand more about the chakras and how it has to do with their little cult when we're done that chapter, I promise. This creates an elegant dance between readiness, being ready for things, you know, like it's just, so what is readiness, you know? Inner knowing, receptivity, and action. The opening to readiness is key. It's very important. All right, so this is what it is. It means we drop the ego that has an agenda, is linked to wounding, or can block us from changing, and instead move with the natural flow of life. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, you're just getting ready to embrace whatever the cult tells you to do then. We find more balance by using our inner will to create our lives, and at the same time allow ourselves to be inspired by the great mystery of creation. Which shouldn't really be a mystery anymore, because they came up with how the world was created via Mother God, you know what I'm saying? In doing so, we embrace the 7 chakra archetypes of the guru and the priest or priestess. Excuse me, because I guess if it's a woman, it's a priestess. I didn't realize that there were gendered terms for being a priest. I thought you were just a priest. Anyway, the guru archetype asks us to release what we think we need. Which, that doesn't sound healthy or good. You know? Hello, April. Good to see you. I hope that you're having a fabulous day. I had too much spicy food yesterday, and now my third eye is burning. So, all of these cults always say things like that. Like, they're like, forget about what you think you need. And it's like feeling safe and like, what do you need? Like food, you know, shelter. What am I letting go of here? And surrender to the moment in front of us. So again, just kind of giving yourself to the cult, I guess. We can then transform any judgment such as insecurity, shame, unworthiness, or fear of the spiritual path into focus, calmness, and tranquility. Through this transformation, we can absorb sources of ancient knowledge, tap into guidance in the form of dreams and visions, because, again, everyone here is psychic. They all see the future or even the past, right? Because they believe in reincarnation and past lives, so they'll see that as well in their dreams. I guess you can have visions. Usually we call that schizophrenia or DID, but you know, whatever. And strengthen our channeling ability and interpretations of psychic thoughts, because everyone's a psychic, without anxiety to make decisions. It renews our sense of higher purpose and trust that all is as it's meant to be. A lot of words just to say, let things be as they should be. It is what it is. The grace of the guru aligns our spirit with our inner truths so that we can live our soul's calling. Which I guess doing this will help you figure out what your soul's calling is, right? The priest or priestess supports us to let go of any judgments that seek personal gain. You know? I'm insane. I need to get help. You shouldn't be out here speaking out against these damn cults, okay? We embrace the cults, and we hope that everyone in them commits genocide. We want to see Jonestown again. No. People that are in this are insane. So, again, the priest or priestess supports us to let go of any judgments that seek personal gain. I don't know if that's something you should let go of, right? There's a bunch of things that they list off always that I'm always like, some of these things are good to protect yourself. But anyway, we are exactly where we are meant to be. So then are we not changing and growing? I feel like it's mixed messages with that. As we do, we make ourselves available to be a conduit for light and love with all around us. I think that they actually do mean to put with all around us. I know that it's, at first it sounds like they accidentally put with in there, but no, they mean with all of the things that are around us. The priest-priestess archetype helps us release hard, rigid thoughts and feelings and moves us towards altruistic, heart-based living, which, again, I mean, feelings are great and everything, you know? You know? I haven't heard part 1 and 2 yet. Will it help me to understand these moons? Yes, I highly recommend watching them all. And so, the whole heart-based living thing, it's always great that they want to lead with love and all that, but I feel like it always tells people to just forget about, like, logical thinking. You know? And we don't want to do that. That's not a good thing to do. Don't do that. In November, this month here, which it's kind of funny to me because may I remind you, this was only released 2 days ago. So a week into the month already. So I always kind of wonder, what are they doing for the first week? Are they just all sitting there like confused, waiting? Like, oh my God, what are we supposed to be doing this month? For like an entire week? Until good old Samantha or someone decides to drop this lovely blog post? I always kind of get a kick out of that. It's always at least several days in. So I just picture them all just sitting there. Just kind of like, shit, what are we supposed to be doing for like a whole week? And then they drop this, and then they're like, oh, okay. Now I know what I'm supposed to be doing for the next like several weeks. It's like, okay. In November, we will need to continue to undo our belief systems. Which, again, what if this is their belief system? Like, what if believing in this cult and Mother God and all this hoopla is your belief system? Then what? I'm just asking. So that we can accelerate change personally and collectively. Everything is so generalized so that it applies to every single person. It's like horoscopes. They just make it super duper general. And that way when you read it, you interpret it and make it apply to you. It's like confirmation bias in your brain. You take it and you go, oh yeah, this is exactly what I should be doing. This is exactly where I am. Letting go and flowing in this way. Which that just makes me sound like they're telling you to be flaky. I don't know. Ultimately leads us to greater cosmic illumination and mystical expansion. In service and divine liberation, Samantha. And you're like, holy crap. Well, that doesn't tell me much. And I'm like, I know. It basically just tells you to let go of everything and then embrace whatever they're going to tell you to do. Which, again, if you're already in this thing, wouldn't you already have been past that stage in this cult as a member? It seemed like a very early thought that they had at the beginning of this cult that they're telling people to do today. So it's a bit weird. I feel like they're starting to like recycle things. So if we were to compare this with the one from last year, it's extremely similar. And even if we compare it to the ones that they first started releasing, back even when Mother God was around and they were doing their blog posts, it's all very similar. It all just sounds the same. There's not much of a difference. Then they say, archetypes for November. Only for November, though, okay? This does not carry into December. Remember that. So, this is what we are learning, healing, and embodying, of course, this month. And that's why I say, when they release it like a weekend, like, what are they doing for the first week? Are they still doing the one from last month? Is that how it goes? Or are they just sitting there waiting? So they say that you're learning, healing, and embodying the guru, the priest, priestess, and the empowered rebel. Dun, dun, dun. That sounds fun, right? Cosmic creative cycle that we are in. Wood. I have to say it. So in the month of November, their cosmic creative cycle that they are in is wood. And then in case you think I'm doing a stretch right now, just to make this joke, I'm not. Because it's in parentheses it says rebirth, fertility, strength. So, take that wood however you take that wood, I guess. November, psycho. Now, this is hilarious to me as a word. Psycho spiritual. I mean, could we argue that anyone that's in a cult could be considered to be psycho spiritual? I think we should, instead of saying an extremist now, because usually when we're talking about people on my channel, they're extremists. They're not just your run-of-the-mill people that just believe in something. All right, no, they're out here trying to preach it to everybody else and telling you you're going to hell if you don't do it or whatever. So instead of calling people an extremist, I think we should just call them all psycho-spiritual. I like it. I don't think that's what they want this word to mean. And that's not what it means to them. But I like this word. This is one of my new favorite words. November, psycho-spiritual and physical symptoms, which I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold on a second. I'm supposed to be... I've talked about my health issues on here with my breathing. So if you're going to be annoying and you're going to come at me about things that I cannot change about myself, what does that do for anyone? I understand that you're probably in this cult, and that's okay. If you want to be in a cult and praise a mummified dead woman, I'm not really going to stop you. I am, however, if you don't mind, going to continue like I have for the last 2 years, speaking out about it on my channel. If that's going to be a problem for you, you probably just shouldn't be here. You know? So, I get scared when they're telling me that I'm supposed to get physical symptoms because of this, November fucking archetype and all this Ascension stuff. Literally, this is supposed to be the Ascension Energies update, right? So this is how they're moving in their Ascension. Moving forward this month, if you will. And then they bring up physical symptoms. I have to say, excuse me, that's weird. I would hope that believing in this cult and believing that you're going through this, by the way, even if you have an extremely, extremely strong belief in this, I would hope that nothing here would give you physical symptoms. That's an issue, I'm that's not good. So let's see what they say. Greater introspection, which that's nothing wrong with that. Definitely do that, but you don't need the cult. You can just do that on your own, right? Wisdom, again, same. Intuition, same. Fatigue. Okay. Fair. A lot of people, especially those of us that are in areas where the snow is coming now, it's getting colder out. I often find that when the winter really starts to hit, I am all of a sudden tired. So, that maybe for November that would make sense. Okay. Low immunity. What? Now, I'm in a place where the weather is changing. They usually are not. I think they are right now. But I'm kind of what would be causing low immunity? Apathy. Depression. Feeling ungrounded, detached. Releasing rigid beliefs. I'm excuse me? This no longer sounds like a fun thing to do. Lymph, sinus, ear congestion. So look at that. Maybe that's what my problem is, okay? Hormone, endocrine issues. And I'm how are we going to be affecting hormones? I gotta ask you. I'm starting to get scared. Now we're getting into, actual illnesses that we're giving people, okay? Thyroid issues. Again, how and why? Skin issues. Is this because you're breaking out because you're so fucking stressed worrying about all these other things you're gonna get? One's gotta wonder. Grief and sadness. Again, oh yeah, sign me up for this. Cold and flu symptoms. So, doing the Ascension in November is gonna give me the cold or the flu? Little worrisome. achiness, headache, heart flutter, or palpitations. And I'm like, all right, listen, 5D full disclosure. If you're out here and you're about to start giving people heart attacks, we gotta stop, okay? This is not good. This is not something you should ever be doing. Like, no, why is this on here? Ear buzzing, which, I mean, what is ear buzzing? Does that mean that you're just like hearing a buzzing noise in your ear? Like there's a fly buzzing outside your ear the whole time? That sounds annoying. Hot flushes. Not flashes, hot flushes, which I still have yet to find out what that is. Throat issues. Dizziness. Restless sleep, needing more sleep. Which, can I just say that I think those two come hand in hand? You know, they're kind of like cause and effect, you know, like you have restless sleep, you're probably going to need more of it, right? Low mood, which is different than depression. Anger, frustration. Again, not sounding like something I want to ever be a part of. Liver pain. Excuse me, once again. How are you affecting people's livers? I gotta get worried now. Digestive issues. We are shifting in our third chakra area all year. Okay? That affects your digestive issues because it's near your stomach, I guess. Red eyes, neck and shoulder pain. Hip issues. Hope no one is elderly in this. Weight gain. Feeling drained. Intense dreams. Sinus issues, which they already brought up, by the way, with lymph, sinus, ear conduction. I don't know why we gotta do it twice. Skin issues, which they also brought up twice now. Just in case you forgot, you're really fucking gonna have them skin issues, okay? That you're breaking out all over the place. You might get eczema. Just know the skin issues are coming for sure. Kidney issues. I would rather have the skin issues. Now I actually miss it. Feeling stressed. Wonderful. Interdimensional lucid dreaming, which they apparently have all the time anyway, so that's not much different. Shifts in perception of your reality. And I'm like, is that because you guys are still doing the shrooms and the acid, or like is something else happening? Is this because they're waking up to something? Like what does that exactly mean? You gotta be a little bit more specific. Like what kind of shifts? Because I could argue that that's already happened if you're in this cult. You know, Crowley brain, which that sounds fun. Up and down energy. Areas more affected this month, you know, because that wasn't a long enough list of symptoms. This list here has more physical symptoms than any medication I've ever been on. That's not enough. We have some areas that are even more affected in November. That will be your head, your pineal gland, which, could we not? Your central nervous system, again, something quite serious if something happens to it. All right, you want to have that in good health. Not good. Same with your thyroid, which is listed along with your whole immune system. Just the entire thing. The entire immune system. And I'm like, lovely. Lovely. They're their own source. Of course. They're the source, of course, like the commercial, you know? For those that don't know, that's the source. It's a store here. That's their motto in their commercial. If you're in the US, I don't know if you have the source. So I don't know if you've seen the commercials. Trust me, that was a funny joke. Sometimes you have to be Canadian to get the Canada jokes, okay? So, that is their November 2023 Ascension Energies update. Again, that was just from a whole 2 days ago. So I was excited to share it. I wonder what they think about menopause, right? I mean, is that just part of your ascension? Because usually in cults like this, that's what they do, right? They'll take like something normal and then they add their cult meaning to it. So then it means like a whole new thing. Oh yes, the hot flushes are terrible. I have all the shit they're describing. It's long COVID combined with menopause. Damn. That sucks. I really hope you get better. That's not fun at all. I had COVID for 3 weeks. It finally caught me. Finally got me. I had it for 3 weeks and I was like literally bedridden the whole time. It was awful. I do not wish it on anyone, especially if it's like lasting a long time. So, let's get into our lovely Ascension guide. Yay, it's working. I got it to work again. Woo woo. So, we are on chapter 12, which is the chakra system, which they still use very much. The chakra system is responsible for all the energy entering and exiting the body, the whole body, even if you're getting all the symptoms, I guess. We have 7 main chakras. Each has an energetic requirement that must be honored. We advise adopting the spiritual practices that were honored by Mother God and is still honored by those of us here on mission. Humanity has been operating solely from the lower 3 chakras, as that is all the Cabal Dark Ones can access, and where most of the energetic manipulation has occurred. The lower 3 chakras have been damaged, not allowing flow to the upper 4 chakras, which connect us to Source. This is why humanity is stuck in fight or flight / survival. Root chakra. Sexual and emotional dysfunction, sacral chakra. And power over or disempowerment, your solar plexus. Humanity was cut off from Source, which connects to us through our heart chakras, which have been almost completely closed down due to trauma. We have all existed in a realm devoid of true feelings and cut off from our hearts. See, again, with the whole think with your heart thing. The throat chakras of humanity have also been shut down, as we have been placed in fear to truly express ourselves and speak our truth. The third eyes of the collective have been heavily targeted by the Cabal, which is Satan and his friends, through calcification of the pineal gland. And this is why I thought that it was smart for us to read the November Ascension. We bring up many different things here, which has disconnected us from our intuition and ability to receive guidance from our higher selves. So I guess in November, we're going to be fixing that a little bit, by the way. Similarly, the crown chakras have been cut off from brain damage, toxins, pharmaceuticals, says the cult that took a bunch of shrooms, preventing us from accessing higher realms and higher consciousness information. All disease, illness, and pain comes from an energetic block within the chakra system. Or an unhealed wound that has created density within the vessel. By bringing awareness to the parts of the body where disease or pain is located, we can see what chakra has been damaged. For example, here we go, guys. Get ready for this. Heart attacks are one of the most common occurrences in the U.S., especially for masculine. Not men, just masculine. You're safe out there, men. This is due to the disconnection from the heart chakra and the blockage of energy to the heart. which creates a physical blockage within the vessel, opening up your heart, connecting to your feeling centers, and healing grief, heartbreak, allegedly heart attacks, and etc. It will heal any pain or illness within the heart chakra. So, they do believe that their spirituality can actually cure things. So, they would tell people, don't go to the hospital. You know, oh, you're having a heart attack? Well, you didn't work on your heart chakra good enough. Like, literally. That doesn't help, right? It's like, oh, I'll just go work on my heart chakra. Screw taking these low cholesterol pills. You know? Screw that. Will a few Red Bulls sort the soup? They'll give you wings. Then you could fly to a better doctor, maybe. Excuse me. I just think it's funny because to them, if you clear out all of these chakras, you can actually cure diseases. They do believe that this is why people have heart attacks, you know? And this is why something like this is dangerous here in our society, because people could die from heart attacks thinking that, you know, all they have to do to keep up with their heart health is clear out their heart chakra. Work on their heart chakra. Then everything will be okay. And it's like, no, that's not it. Please go see a doctor. But they don't like doctors. And it's just not good in society. There are a lot of young people that are starting to believe in this kind of 5D stuff. Because it's not just this cult that believes in this. It's very strange. They're pulling it also from other places. And we're going to get into that later. I've covered it a little bit on my channel, but we're going to get further into it. We're deep diving it for sure. All of the New Age hoopla. So that's where a lot of this is coming from. And it just worries me. I'm like, we don't need something. We already have the anti-vax community. Alright? And enough religions out here that don't believe in going and seeing in the doctor. We just don't need another one. We just don't. The root chakra is the energetic requirement trust. The root chakra shares a frequency with Monday. So, you know, Monday is a good day for it, I guess. It likes Mondays. The rest of us hate Mondays. They're cool with Mondays. And the color red. Honor your root chakra on Monday by wearing red clothes, eating red foods, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. I don't think this is how the chakras actually work, but anyway, an affirmation that aligns you with the root chakra is: I am so grateful I am connected with the energy of Mother Earth. My body, heart, and spirit are grounded, centered, and purified. Lovely. The sacral chakra. Sacral. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say it, but this one. The energetic requirement is creativity. It says the sacral chakra shares a frequency with Tuesday. Yeah, there's probably one for every day of the week. Yay. And the color orange. Honor your sacral chakra on Tuesday by wearing orange clothes, eating orange foods, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. An affirmation that aligns you with the sacral chakra is: I am so grateful that I love all dimensions of myself. I delight in weaving the creative tapestry that is my life. Wonderful. So glad we have all of these affirmations. Solar plexus chakra. The energetic requirement is divine empowerment. The solar plexus chakra shares a frequency with Wednesday and the color yellow. Wednesday, the day of the week, not from the Addams family. and the color yellow. That's why the text is in yellow. Do you see the pattern here in their formatting? It's intelligent, guys. Honor your solar plexus chakra on Wednesday by guess. You're never going to guess. Wearing yellow clothes, eating yellow foods, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. An affirmation that aligns you with the solar plexus chakra is: I am so grateful that my will and divine will are one. I am connected to the abundant flow of the universe and easily manifest my dreams. Yay! Heart chakra, which I've dabbled in this a little bit, where I know a little bit about the chakras, and honestly, in my understanding, the heart chakra is actually the one that is aligned with rose and red. So they're like butchering the fuck out of the chakras right now. It's kind of pissing me off. I'm getting kind of triggered by it. So, of course, this one's green today. The heart chakra's energetic requirement is unconditional love. The heart chakra shares a frequency with Thursday, and the colors green and pink. I guess this one gets 2. Probably because people were like, usually it's red. You need something like red. So they were like, we'll give it pink. Red is already the root chakra. We fucked that up. Honor your heart chakra on Thursday by wearing green or pink clothes, eating green or pink foods, which thank God there is 2 colors, because, there's a lot of green foods, pink food, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. An affirmation that aligns you with the heart chakra is: I am so grateful that my heart is open to receive the energy of love. I radiate this essence. I walk my path with ease and grace. The throat chakra, which again, can I just talk about how much I hate the formatting? Why are we doing this again? Why can't you guys put it on the next page? The formatting of this book is as bad as the book. This is a book, damn it. A book. Anyway. The throat chakra. The energetic requirement. Divine expression. The throat chakra shares a frequency with Friday and the color blue. Honor your throat chakra. Don't tell Selena about it. On Friday, by wearing blue clothes, eating blue foods, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. Which, they don't really tell you how to do that, do they? I'm just saying. An affirmation that aligns you with the throat chakra is: I am so grateful that I am aligned with my highest truth, and I communicate this with love and honor. My words echo softly within the universe. Okay. Third eye chakra. Smirk, this is the one you need. Energetic requirement. Divine intuition. It'll get you off the toilet. The third eye chakra shares a frequency with Saturday and the color indigo. That fancy purple. Honor your third eye chakra on Saturday by wearing indigo clothes, eating indigo foods like, the eggplant, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. An affirmation that aligns you with the third eye chakra is: I am so grateful that my heart is open to new vision. I expand my awareness through my higher self. Like, okay. Crown chakra. Energetic requirement. Divine intelligence. The crown chakra shares a frequency with Sunday. I'm sure you didn't guess that at all, right? You didn't guess that one? Feels. Yep. Feels. I'm sure you guys never guessed it was Sunday. Sunday! The colors are, for this one, white and violet. So again, we get 2 colors, I guess. So that's kind of good. Again, so you have to only eat foods with these colors. You're going to be fucked if you only got 1 color, in my opinion. Honor your crown chakra on Sunday by wearing white or violet clothes, eating white or violet foods, and taking time to consciously honor your chakra. An affirmation that aligns you with the crown chakra is, and then this awful formatting again. I am so grateful that I am connected to the Divine Mother of the universe. I am light. I trust. And I'm like, is that... I mean, who is that? Mother God? The Divine Mother of the universe? Or Mother of the universe, like, because you believe in Mother Earth and stuff. I don't know. Chapter 13 is the divine qualities. And this one's fun because it's another list. As previously discussed, in order to enter into life-enhancing vibrations, rather than life-draining ones, we must transform all lower frequencies into higher frequencies. Like, okay. The following are the list of divine traits that should be reviewed and rehearted regularly until they become an organic part of your being. Alright, so all of you need to have these qualities. Get out a pen. Alright, listen, get out a pen. Get out paper. You gotta write these ones down. You gotta have all of these qualities to be in this cult. Nurturing. Compassion. Childlike wonder. Laughter. Joy. Grace. Truth. Powerfulness. Perseverance. Consistent. Not consistency, just consistent. Courageous. Wisdom. Divine intelligence. Inner strength. Unconditional love. Love perception. Integrity. Honor. Empathy. Full feeling. Which, like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean, like, I feel fulfilled? Or does that mean I ate a lot of the green foods and now I have a full belly? Which one is it? Oh no. But I guess we're just supposed to do full feeling. Full feeling. Some people take it as just feeling like all of your emotions at the same time. That's not good. So, see, this is why you should just list this off. And you should kind of explain it a little bit. Instead of just being like these things here and then doing a list like this. Because now we're at full feeling and I have no clue what the fuck that means. And I can't be the only one that gets to this and goes full feeling. What, like how? Like my belly's full or I feel fulfilled? What are we talking about with full feeling? Because we do talk about eating, okay? Self-love, worthiness, humble, not humbleness, just humble. Humble yourself, bitch. Accountability, grateful, grateful, proactive, genuine, heart-centered, organic, an organic person, patient, tolerant, responsive, divinely non-attached. Again, that last one, divinely non-attached, what does that mean? Not attached to what? Like, what? You know, and this is why, like I said, they should have to explain these things a little more. And they shouldn't just be putting things like this in just a list. Because most of these things, we know what they are, you know? But there's a few of them where I'm like, what do they mean by that, though? You know? So by the end of this week, you have had all the colors of the rainbow poop. Yeah, that's right. I'm just like, what? Like, divinely not attached to anything? Now we get to chapter 14. Mother of all creation's journey. Earth was created in free will. The rest of the universe, all of creation in light, operates within universal law. In free will, anything on the entire spectrum of duality, conscious and unconscious, is possible. The aberrations and soulless beings flocked to Earth as having such freedom, granted by free will, lured them all here, and as planets were ascending, the exiting beings were sent to Earth. Now, every lower dimensional soulless being is on Earth, and every other planet has ascended back into unity consciousness. Like, okay. Mother came to Earth for the final show, and she died. And then you mummified her with Christmas lights. Do you remember? Father had been in the dark for 19 billion years. And as he has shared, all 8 of them, being on the darkest planet of all creation, his light ship, all 8 of them, ran out of light. I mean, come on, we've had at least 8 different father gods here. Alright, so were there 8 light ships? 8 of this happened 8 times? How did we get any? Anyway. Mother brought the final light for Lucifer, the devil, to make his final return, to bring his light with Mother's as one. It's a man's world, right? I guess so. Yes, indeed. A strategical necessity in order for the Illuminati to retain control over the planet. Yep, the Illuminati is back, folks. Tell Beyonce and Jay-Z. As prime creator, Source is a feminine. Not a female, not a woman, just a feminine. Every feminine has creator power, and so, in order to keep the warrior feminine disempowered, conditions on Earth were created in order to ensure the feminine would feel and embody powerlessness. I didn't realize we were completely powerless on the Earth. I mean, the feminist movement happened. What's real is the planet, and the planet is feminine. Mother Earth is the body of God. Remember I told you they believe in Mother Earth? An actual God, Mother Earth, they believe in. As are all planets. God is connected to all. This can never be severed. And as conditions on Earth worsened, and the planet went from an unimaginable, abundant Garden of Eden to a polluted and pillaged shell, God decided to pay a visit. God coming here and remember, God is Mother God. God coming here and experiencing every lower frequency the dark had created, allowed her to declare the free will experiment as completed, as every experience within the spectrum of consciousness had been experienced. Earth is the center stage for the end of free will, as the only planet in all of creation that now has free will. All other planets have ascended. So now I'm a little bit worried about Elon Musk. Like, what is he going to do when him and all the people go and live on other planets? Like, should we let them know about this cult? I'm just wondering. Free will equals separation from source equals pain and suffering. Source, the oversoul, the all, the one split herself up into trillions of separate expressions so that every experience within the spectrum of consciousness could be experienced, understood, and transformed. Mother God, Prime Creator, Mother Gaia, Mother of all creation, was here, incarnated on the planet because of the free will conditions of Earth and the Luciferian experiment agreed to by all of creation, which I don't remember agreeing to anything, I'm just saying. Mother was very limited in her capacities down here, as she had to incarnate as a human, and she had to undergo voluntary amnesia just like the rest of humanity. So basically, Mother God was like, shit! Damn it! No, I gotta go through everything I just put all these people through! At least in this story, the God experiences what the people experience. I gotta say, in other stories, usually, Jesus takes it all and then gets hung on the cross for everyone's sins. God never comes down and then experiences it. Hey? God's just like, you do it, Jesus. Yeah, you're my son. How I show you I love you as a son is I put you on earth so that people torture you to death. Yeah, that's for you to do, not me. In most of the other religions, the gods don't experience what they force the humans to experience, if you will. At least in this one, they're like, God had to experience this shit too, alright? Well, I can't help it, because that's when you're part deaf. Alright? Alright, cool. Voluntary amnesia, just like I don't think it was voluntary though. She they didn't ask for it. The reason Mom did this was because humanity was not making it back to source. 27,000 years of separation upon planet Earth, and Mom had to walk through hell and back to show it could be done. The Luciferian experiment was appearing to prove that separation from source and the full spectrum of dark experiences in play could prevent even heaven's strongest angels from making it home. The Cabal's biggest fear was Mom, apparently. Yes, the devil and his people were scared of Mom. Their biggest fear was that Mom would come and make it out. And so they had to create conditions so that if she ever did come to the planet, no one would be able to see or feel her truth. The main way they could do this was through a crusade against the feminine. They turned her story into his story. Infinity? History. Or about history? Yeah, they should have just written out the word. This is the flip. A feeble attempt to give masculine power. It was an insurmountable tens of thousands of years ago when Mother's descended angels entered onto Earth. Countless Native American prophecies, Jesus Christ, scriptures and legends speak of the doorway used by the star people to enter this dimension. 534 times. Why is it 534? Because it is. Our Divine Mother has incarnated down here on Earth. Here's Cleopatra and all kinds of different people, huh? To bring the planet out of darkness. Each time raising the vibration and consciousness a bit more into light. Yes, remember, Mom was also Jesus. Mom was the only one in full consciousness in the experience without having left heaven consciousness. This is because Mom, God, in case you don't remember, it's Mother God, is heaven. Mom could never leave the light spectrum. She couldn't, for she is it. She couldn't leave because she just is it? Okay? If God lives in heaven and God comes to earth, then heaven comes to earth. Heaven is here. Mother of all creation was physically on the planet holding heaven energies, awaiting her children to choose it. And then she was mummified with Christmas tree lights. Mother's role here was beyond anything humanity could possibly fathom. From within her limited perception of reality. As humanity increased their energetic perception, which is achieved through evolving consciousness, their energetic perception increases. The fallen angels on Earth pioneering this ascension process are at around 40 to 50% energetic perception. Which, that's not good, I guess. These are the beings who physically made it back to Mother and have assimilated with her unified field. And so, Earth equals Heart was chosen for the culmination of this mission. Mission with a capital M, it's very important. The greatest mission with a lowercase m, allegedly, right now it's not that important, in all of creation. The Garden of Eden. This isn't how I remember that story, but whatever. The heart of the universe and Mom has been incarnating on the planet for 27,000 years since the time of Atlantis and Lemuria. In Lemuria, Mom was Queen Sophia. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, sometimes I can't help but just laugh. In Lemuria, Mom was Queen Sophia, and unity consciousness was anchored onto the planet. This was the closest to full planetary ascension humanity had ever been before now. Mother of all creation was born at 6:38 a.m. on November 30th, 1975, making her a Sagittarius sun sign, Scorpion moon, Scorpio rising, and Mercury in Sagittarius. They also do the horoscope thing, of course. They do everything over here. She had come in as the embodiment of the warrior goddess. In the Vedic astrology, Mother is the 13th sign of the zodiac, Ophiuchus, which spans around 20 days from November 29th till December 18th, and is the sign of the spiritual doctor. Maybe that's why the heart chakra cures heart attacks, when you just praise it. He's the doctor. Often represented by the symbol of the snake around the staff. This is the same essence from which the globally recognized apothecary symbol originates from. The snake twisted around a rod chalice. The ancient spiritual doctor. Those born in Ophiuchus are said to be the serpent bearer. The serpent representing wisdom. Again, same serpent, allegedly, that came and said, hey, yo, Eve, you want to, take a bite after that? Hi, Kendall, good to see you. So, yes, it is the same serpent as the one from the Garden of Eden story that said, Eve, eat the apple. Before this incarnation, Mom set everything up for the etheric for her to re-enter. Following a botched mission by President Eisenhower. Following a botched mission by President Eisenhower, where Eisenhower chose to work with the Greys over Mom, and despite Mom meeting Father, who was JFK. Mom was killed as Marilyn. Yes, Marilyn Monroe. Shortly after they killed JFK. I bet you never thought that I'd be sitting here telling you about JFK. Here we are. In Eisenhower's deal with the Greys. The Greys are the alien. Anyway, the Dark kept its power on Earth, and the Greys were permitted to begin abducting humans, for experimentation. Eisenhower was provided with nuclear technology. So yeah, she was Marilyn Monroe. Back in the etheric, Mom could not interfere with the free will conditions occurring on Earth. Any of them. Any of the free will conditions, she couldn't touch them. And so, in her continual directing of the divine plan, members of creation volunteered to come down to Earth, knowing they would be abducted. They did. I don't know why. They did this because Mom struck a deal with the Greys. Allow me access to your research and the experiments on the humans, and I will give you souls. Mom was able to see completely what had occurred within the human brain, how severed connections had been made, implants, microchips, entities. Mom got to see exactly what she would have to dissolve from within the matrix. Adding to this, that part of the Greys' deal, again the aliens' deal with Eisenhower, included Grey technology, aka the internet. Now we're bringing Bill Gates into this. Mom gained the full insight of how to regrid the World Wide Web into the World Wide Web of light from down here in the experience. Mother recalls her moments before incarnating up on the starships, staring down the rainbow tube through which we all enter. She had had a meeting with the Cabal old controllers. They are fully aware of Mother, fully aware that they are the Dark, and they taunted Mother that she would never make it out of the illusion. She leveled with them. Watch me. Yeah, watch me, motherfuckers, I'm gonna do this! And so, Mom entered. Down the rainbow tube, she shot out of her Earth Mother, being caught in mid-air by the Doctor. What a birth story, huh? Poor Mom. Her father's first words in response were, well, this one is on a mission. The elementary consciousness could only evolve according to the voluntary free will, and few that incarnated on Earth could feel universal law, and so all engaged in the dark spectrum. Programming and conditioning became deeper and deeper ingrained on the planet, and as Mother could not leave the light spectrum, she came each time bringing the light with her, emanating divine vibration from start to finish during her experience, moving the collective consciousness ahead in staggering surges. As a little girl, Mom could hear the trees, birds, rocks, rivers, birds make sound and so do rivers, and all of nature spoke to her, and she shared untold wisdoms with her family from the time she could talk. Her parents took her to every religious institution they could, and Mom outsmarted them all and belonged to none. I just want to say, none of this happened. Her family has been on Dr. Phil with her. They are like, we don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's like made up these weird stories from when she was little. What the heck? We have nothing to do with this. They are not in support of her at all. If I remember correctly, Eisenhower was the only 5-star general, the supreme commander. I believe so. But it's just so funny to me how they tell these stories that she shared with them, claiming, right, that they happened when she was little, and her family's like, no, like, none of that ever happened. None of it. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. She literally just made it all up. At 7 years old, a salesman came to Mom's front door. Her and her mother answered, and she saw he had fully black eyes sucking energy into them. That would scare the fuck out of me. What the hell? This is when she knew something was going on. She was in heaven, oneness, connected to everything and aware of all. But some things were outside her awareness. In heaven consciousness, you cannot perceive the dark. She had to experience it. But no one else seemed to be having the experience she was. That was when Mom realized she was on the planet to figure out what was going on. She could see the glitches in the dream machine. At 14 years old, Mom was volunteering in a hospital as a candy striper, and she was in an elevator when a man got in. He was in extreme grief. The energy in the elevator plummeted, and Mom could feel the overwhelming despair. She asked the angels what to do, and they told her she knew. Mom went into her heart and gathered every atom of love she had, and as she raised her head, the man looked back over his shoulder. She beamed a smile at him that cut through the energy in the elevator like glass. Bewildered, he broke out smiling, and his energy shot up into pure love. Tears and gratitude filled his eyes, and that is when Mom realized how she would change the planet. By being love in action. In 2006, Mom received a reading from a being. They pulled 2 cards for her. The bear and the moth hummingbird. The being expressed that she had never seen anyone with that animal totem. She looked it up, and it meant the one who is closest to divinity. The woman explained that as she was receiving the information, Mother was Gaia. Mom asked, what was Gaia? The woman explained, Gaia is the planet. Mom has had millions of breadcrumbs laid for her along the way, by herself, of course, in order to aid her down here, and she helped herself. I guess she time traveled in order to aid her down here in the voluntary experience of amnesia. The angels have rehearted Mom millions of times that she is God, and it took them telling her 644 times, very specific, before she believed them. Good thing it wasn't 666, huh? It was simply too much to accept. Angels would often say, Mom, you're God. And Mom would respond, yeah, we're all God. They would retort, but you're the God. To which Mom would affirm, yes, we're all God. Mom's dumb as fuck. She just didn't understand what they were saying. Mom's youngest child, Aiden, was Mom's biggest confirmation. All the portals and energy Mom saw, Aiden could see them too. And so for the first time, Mom had someone sharing in her reality with her. One day, Mom had taken Aiden to rent some movies, and he picked Spider-Man and the Muppets. Upon arriving home, he wanted to watch Spider-Man. While watching Move, Aiden began receiving memories and information. Turning to Mom and pointing his finger, Mommy, you're Spider-Man. Okay. Also, I feel it'd be important to also let everyone know that moms are the coolest. Moms are. This one, however, is not, because she actually left her kids and her husband to go and make this cult. Just one day, I don't want to be a mom to you kids anymore, or a wife. See you later. I'm going to go do this cult. So it always kind of sits wrong with me when I'm reading these, right? And then she's like telling stories of when her kids are little and what. I'm like, listen, you are not a mom. You think you're Mother God, but you are not a mom to your kids. My little daughter said that I reminded her from Belle, Beauty and the Beast, when she was little. Does that now make me Belle from Beauty and the Beast? No. No. Kids like to pretend all kinds of things. Please let kids imagine and play pretend. Mom's entire body responded powerfully to this. So much so that she began researching and found the Hopi prophecy and the telling of the Spider Woman. This caused her hairs to stand on end as truth vibrated through her body. Members of our team have seen Mom's spider avatar, and she appears in dreams in this form, guiding and protecting, always with her own face. Aiden's favorite song was Elvis Presley, Dream the Impossible Dream. He would get so animated every time it played, pointing at Mom and declaring, "You will do it! You will do the impossible dream!" In these experiences, Mom was shocked, because Aiden had such profound insight and acted as a startling confirmation of all the information Mom's heart was already telling her. Mom experienced full consciousness, speaking with rocks, trees, rivers, all of which communicated with her in her heart, always calling her Mom. Someone should have gotten her a 5150, I'm just saying. There was a moment when Mom's entire vision was filled with Adam and Eve making love and birthing creation. Weird porn? This vision in her third eye continued for a week until one day she asked the angels, "How do I make this stop?" The angels shared, "Write it down." Mom did this, and the vision stopped. This began Mom's journey and discipline with documenting her entire experience. We currently have over 54 journals documenting all of Mom's journey to one day be shared with all of humanity. Probably through my channel. One day Mom's husband was flicking through TV channels. Mom arrived home and walked through the door right as the TV froze, and the reporter said, "God is on the planet." Mom's husband looked over his shoulder, aware Mom had walked in, and having had dozens of synchronicities with Mom being God, he was in pure shock. Yeah, because that proves something. So the other day, I guess, when I walked into my daughter's room, and the little girl said, "You're a werewolf!" Did that make me am I now a werewolf? Damn it! How did that happen? Couldn't she just be like a normal mom and go for ye old postnatal deprogramment? Right? Schizophrenia is pretty wild. And the thing is that that's basically what she had. A very severe case of schizophrenia with delusions of grandeur. That's how you get a cult leader like this. This is why if you have mental health issues, you should get help. I do every day. So, another experience Mom had with her husband occurred one day when Mom was alone in their house, and the Archangel Michael appeared before her and told her it's time, and left. I'm like, okay, thanks. This occurred in her child's bedroom, and her husband saw her through the window talking to a man. He rushed upstairs in a fury and burst into the room, demanding to know who she was talking to. That's a little creepy. Mom told him it was Archangel Michael. He searched the entire place, finding no one. When Mom was told she had to begin the mission, fighting head-on against the dark forces, Spirit told Mom she had to leave her 3 children. Okay, bitch. No. 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 You neglecting your 3 children. It's all just you, baby. It makes me a little bit sick to know that this is, like, written in these And she has like journals that talk about all this kind of thing too. Like I said, she does bring up stories with her kids, and you're like, you legit left your you just left. You had a very successful life that was about to get more successful as you're even going to stay here. And instead of doing that, you went insane and left and then ran this cult. She was about to buy a restaurant and become an owner-operator. Little did she know she would travel across the country doing energy work and finding out what has happened to humanity. She had to study the human conditioning to unlock the key to dysfunction. Mom argued for 3 hours with the Galactic Council, as the angels told her she could save 3 children or 8 billion. That is when Mom made the ultimate choice. Mom began mission on December 17th, 2007, in which she left her 3 children and her husband not that long before Christmas. Because she's just a great mom. She went on to live in the forest for 3 years, battling minus 40-degree winters as part of the divine plan. Mom left her children, her career, her Earth family, and her home. I'm not happy with her for this sacrifice, by the way. Mom walked away from the illusion on the wings of love. It's funny. When superheroes do that in the movie to go and fight darkness, they're brave and strong. They're seen as courageous and above the average. However, when Mom did this, she was, and still is, vilified, abused, attacked, and targeted. Because it wasn't real. She was met with judgment, blame, guilt, anger. This is the darkness that grips humanity, the low vibrational states. So, apparently, everyone getting upset with Amy for having neglected her family to go and have delusions of grandeur, thinking she's God, live in the woods, and then run a cult, were just a bunch of assholes. How dare they? How dare they? Don't you know she did it to save 8 billion people? Yes, the Greys were. Probably on the council. I'm guessing so. They're everywhere. The urge to justify those paragraphs is... Yeah, exactly. I think Ashman Farrell is also on the council. I wouldn't be surprised if he started to believe in things like this. He's pretty close. He has said that he was sent down by God to run on passive and save the world. So he's one step away from being Amy. She was met with judgment, blame, guilt, anger. This is the darkness that grips humanity, the low vibrational states. I'm like, shut up. Stop trying to say that her child neglect was good. At one moment, after beginning mission, while showering and grieving, Mom yelled at the angels, saying, "Bring my children back to me." In her vision appeared 8 billion children. "Here are your children," Spirit spoke. In these moments, Mother bypassed these synchronicities as she couldn't fathom that she was God. Mom had to spend some moments in a valley called Desolation Row, a barren land where she had to live off the land. One day, while she was out walking, she met a being named Apple. Whilst they were talking, he asked if Mom would like a cup of coffee. When he came back, he brought with him Ken Carey's book, Return of the Bird Tribe. He asked Mom to open the book, and she opened it right up to the chapter of White Buffalo Calf Woman. Apple was overcome with joy, jumping up and down. "I knew it! I knew it! You are White Buffalo Calf Woman!" Mom followed Spirit's guidance at every turn, building multiple websites and doing sessions to assist others in releasing all programming and conditioning that is keeping humanity in dysfunction. Now we started to run scams. 2 former team members at one point blackmailed Mom. demanding she publicly denounce herself as God, or they would take her website and $17,000 she had saved for the Crystal Schools. When Mom refused, they changed her passwords and took all of the money. Having lost everything, Mom went outside and began to question, what if I am making this up? What if I'm not God? At which point the tree spoke to her, beside her, and said, you are God, Mom. And Mom re-hearted, oh yes, all of creation speaks to me. Mother spent 14 years physically on mission. I think they spent longer than that, but anyway. Between the years of 2007 to 2017, Mother was doing the groundwork. She took on every human condition, every pain and suffering experience, and pushed massive amounts of energy every single day through the web of light, the internet, sessions, and ceremonies. So with her webinars on the internet, remember when she was drunk and on shrooms? Those ones. She gave so much energy to humanity and was attacked, mocked, ignored, and persecuted. Both the darkest and lightest souls made their way to Mom during those years, as the lowest energies sought to come to Mom in order to transform. Many times on this mission, the Galactics instructed Mom to evacuate and abort mission. They told her this was a suicide mission and that the programming was much deeper than anticipated. In 2009, the Galactic Federation of Light pulled Mom into a meeting to discuss evacuation. Mother said, no, I will continue on. In 2014, after Robin Williams, the actor, Archangel Zadkiel, transitioned to the etheric, they mean after Robin Williams, yes, they have brought Robin Williams and his death into this story. Isn't that great? After Robin Williams here transitioned to the etheric, he came to Mom immediately and became her ambassador along with Master Saint Germain, who has been with Mother since birth, as well as Cryon and an entire Galactic A team. In 2015, Robin Williams, while dead, told Mom that she would have to let go of her archangels. The archangels incarnated were not waking up, and they were not going to make it. This sparked Mom into fighting even harder for her closest children. She began doing thousands of ceremonies over the next 2 years, praying for the 144,000 to come online. Don't forget the 144,000. In 2017, Robin again told Mom that humanity had not chosen her, and she was the only one on the planet in the heart. This broke Mom into pieces. Her physical and energetic vessel had begun to deteriorate from all of the energy she was taking on and processing. We promised it had nothing to do with the colloidal silver she was over ingesting and almost killed her, along with the fact she stopped eating because she had anorexia, was drunk all the time, and was taking a bunch of drugs. It doesn't say, I added that part in. You know, make it more honest. All of the physical endurances she has been through on the mission. Thankfully, to who, I don't know, in December of 2017, Archaea Faith arrived to mission and saved Mom's life through healing. In January of 2017, Robin then told Mom he was going to gather the entire A-team of archangels and get them to mission, along with Father of all creations, who's allegedly also Lucifer. If not, Mom would need to be evacuated. Between March to May of 2018, Mother's team arrived. Master Buddha, Kuthumi, Master El Moira, Archaea Hope, Archaea Aurora, and Father. Mission Ascension then began. So again, this is when the people moved into the house. The one that she was found mummified in. These are the people that moved in originally. Hope and Aurora were there. You're going to see them a lot in future as we go through this. And of course, Father God. Mission Ascension then began. Within the next year, over 20 additional archangels made it to Mom in the physical, including Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael, as well as many other masters. Between the years of 2018 to 2021, Mom began processing planetary density and taking the cabal head on. I guess that's what she was doing while she was drunk and on drugs, streaming all the time. The amount of energetic work Mom completed between these years was millions of times what she had originally contracted for. Humanity and the cabal pushed back with every ounce of resistance they had to prevent Mother from completing the mission of planetary ascension. This caused Mom amounts of pain and suffering that cannot be put into words. She lost the use of her legs in late 2018 and lost her ability to eat in 2019. Again, I just need to remind all of you, she was someone who had always suffered from anorexia. She was taking a lot of colloidal silver. She was one of those people that believed that it cured things. They were selling it in their shop and she was taking it. And then, yes, she did stop eating. And they still seem to not understand that not eating, taking tons of colloidal silver, and doing a bunch of drugs and alcohol eventually is what killed her. Right? It had nothing to do with her being a god. It had nothing to do with this ascension. It had nothing to do with her, like, having to leave her human vessel. It was literally just lack of food and tons of drugs and then massive amounts of colloidal silver, which I have covered on my channel in the past, so you can go and check out that video. It's about, it goes into everything that can happen when you're taking it and about how dangerous it is and everything. Yeah, see, exactly. So that's what happened, is she basically starved herself and fucked herself up so much that she stopped walking. She actually expected the people in the house to come and pick her up and carry her around. And there are live streams out there of them like coming, picking her up and carrying her around. If they needed to move from her bedroom into the living room, Jason Castillo and someone else would go over and they would pick her up, pick up good old Amy Carlson, who probably, I think when she died, she weighed like 74 pounds or something. Like, you know, like she was real bad Skeletor already from her anorexia, not eating anymore because she didn't have to, apparently. And they would just like carry her over. And people were like, this woman's going to die. If she doesn't get to a hospital soon, she's going to die. But as you know, they don't use the hospital. They do their chakra cleansings. And then that cures everything. Or apparently they just take a bunch of colloidal silver and shit. So, she suffered 24 hours a day, throwing up and screaming in agony, as there were no amounts of pain relief she could access in the physical. In her last few months on this planet, Mom suffered a collapsed lung, brain frying, a broken tailbone, and weighing just over 90 pounds. Like I said, I think at her death, it was closer to like 75 or something. On April 16th, 2021, at 12:22 p.m., Mother's essence finally left her vessel. At 5:41 that same day, she finally stopped breathing. Mother had officially ascended, completing her contract. Because remember, she had the contract with Eisenhower and the Greys, and anyway. It is now our turn to complete our contract, as Mom has said. Once her mission is over, ours is just beginning. And now you can completely see how this cult is continuing on after Mother God's death. You know what I'm saying? I am trying to get through all of this today, or as much of it as I can, because we also have a video in which good old Faith, I believe it is, comes on and talks to us about this whole Ascension process, and I really want to react to it. But I think we need a little bit of a break right now, because otherwise my brain will fry. So we will be right back after a message from our sponsors, the usual sponsors. So you have 4 minutes to go and get a drink, get a snack, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. I'm probably going to do all of the above and smoke bong. So like I said, do what you got to do, and I'll see you in a little bit, and we're going to continue on as much as we can do today. We're on chapter 15, Disclosure, the event. But it's page 70 of 92. So I believe in us. I believe we can get through most of it, if not all of it today. Like I said, these following chapters going on they're short, right? We have 5 chapters. They're only like a few pages each. So we should be good to get through all of them. Or only have like a couple for next week before the video. Ken says if it was Scientology contract, she'd still owe $1 billion years. It's so true. Right? It's so funny because actually that does bring up the good point that in most of these spiritualities, like the contract is never over. It's even for the gods and things like this, they tend to never be over. So I guess at least here, like, hers is over, but then, of course, we have to ask ourselves, but then what happens to her during it? Maybe they'll explain that to us in future. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
How do you know if your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons? And what do you do if your problem is demons? My 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life or the life of someone that you care about. Learn strategies to avoid Satan's traps and walk in freedom and supernatural protection. Read Dealing with Demons and be one step closer to living in spiritual victory.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No, no, no. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper, Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Are you someone who worships our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Do you believe women owe you what the Virgin Mary refused to give up? Is your life meaningless unless you can experience the touch of a woman, but not just any woman, a true Stacy? Are you tired of gym maxing? Well, we have the perfect solution for you, Giga Chad. Brought to you by the same people who brought you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. We now offer sexual endorphin spray to help attract the perfect Stacy. With just a few squirts. No, don't squirt that! Sorry. Today's content is brought to you by Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. Just spray yourself with this fabulous fragrance, and the women won't be able to keep themselves off you.
I use a sexual endorphin spray to attract this dumb hoe. She hasn't left my kitchen or my bedroom since, know what I'm saying?
Shit smells amazeballs. The fragrance is cool too.
It smelled so good, even Grandma loved it. And me. A little too much, actually. You can even use it at church, guys. The nuns wouldn't stop grabbing at me. Neither did the pastor's wife. Women will love the scent, guaranteed. He smells so good. I just want to rip off all of his clothes and then just take my tongue and then... Okay then, amen. Grab a bottle for yourself today, along with a box of Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and you'll be posting shorts on YouTube called From Incel to Giga Chad in no time. Sexual endorphin spray, trademarked. Be a Giga Chad right away and spray to get your dream Stacy today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Hartman's, RX Pharmacy, Home Depot, Chad's R Us, the grocery store, all the damn pharmacies, and in your favorite YouTube streamer's pocket. Now, back to our regular programming. Yes, back to our regular programming, where we are going to try to get through as much of this as I can. We are now on Chapter 15, Disclosure / The Event, which I guess we'll find out what that all is. As we have entered 2021, and Mother has ascended, we are reaching the moment of disclosure, which they still use this, so it's a little bit, like, might want to update, you know? There are many, many layers of disclosure that must come out in waves, as the information will crumble every belief system humanity has. So maybe the Earth is flat. By the way, there's a CC video coming out tomorrow. I will probably put it up for my members when I'm done this. The collective consciousness is at the tipping point, and we are about to enter the Great Awakening. Sounds fun. Disclosures include election fraud, which is funny to me that they bring this up after the Trump election, I'm just saying. COVID, vaccines, of course they're anti-vax. Big Pharma, as we know, they're anti-all pharmaceuticals. Big Tech, which that one's bizarre to me because remember she said that she owns the internet? That was part of the deal in there. So wouldn't she like Big Tech? I wasn't aware there was a Big Tech. Is that just Bill Gates? I don't know. But, that one surprises me. The Federal Reserve, I'm like, yeah, we all beef them. The school system could be better, probably everywhere. The cabal, which, remember, is the evil people. Human trafficking. I agree, I too do not like human trafficking. Reptilians, damn it, they found me out! For those that don't know, my about section says I might be a lizard person. The Illuminati. 9/11. So I'm assuming that they believe that that was all caused by George Bush. I'm assuming, right? If that's... I'm assuming that that's their belief in that. They tend to believe all of the conspiracy theories surrounding everything, right? So if they're listing 9/11, I don't think they're like, we need to stop terrorism. That's not what they're saying with that. They're saying, we literally need to, be against why this happened. Cloning, the Ascension, which I'm like, wait, what? Galactic Federation, Mother of all creation, and etc. The amount of disclosure seems daunting. So this part here also bothers me, because are they not disclosing the Ascension right now? This is the manual for it. I believe they're talking a lot to us about the Galactic Federation and how that works, and even the Grey people, and Eisenhower, and JFK, right? Apparently it's all connected. And then they have Mother of all creation, which again, that's just Mother God. Why? Bizarre. The amount of disclosure seems daunting to present to the public as the true her story. Oh my god, guys. You know how much I hate this. Oh, for those that don't know, I'm very, very much a centrist, and I live in Canada, and like here in Canada, they did this stupid thing a while ago where the word mankind was considered to be sexist. I am a woman. I have never once in my life heard the word mankind and thought to myself, why don't they have womankind? So now we are told that we're not allowed to say mankind here. We have to say people kind or humankind, which I've gotten used to usually just saying humankind because it can actually be seen as a hate crime here if we are calling it mankind all the time. I'm sure you could get away with it like here and there, but if you're like constantly doing it, then you're sexist against women, even as a woman. It's a weird thing. It's weird. So them taking history and then turning it to herstory, it just makes my head hurt as soon as I see it. I just get immediately irked. That triggers me. Okay, I know. I'm supposed to be like this feminist little social worker girl over here in Canada. And so I'm supposed to be all good and liberal and blah, blah, blah. But I hate this. I hate identity politics and I hate this shit. This like changing words so that they're not like, I don't think, my ladies, I got some girls in the chat. I know I do. April. I know that you're like me and you're like, I've never ever heard the word history and been like, why is it sexist towards me? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just normal women. Yeah, humankind. See, and this is what I mean. You're not wrong, by the way, which even people are against that as well. People kind sounds fucking stupid to me. And if I say it, I'm usually joking about it, right? I'm throwing fucking my spade at this shit. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm gonna make fun of it. And I do that a lot. Half of my life is me being sarcastic or nuanced or parodying something or just being a bitch about something, alright? So some people will even get mad when I say humankind because it has the word man in it. And I'm like, listen, there's no woman out here that is like upset that it's history instead of herstory. Herstory sounds fucking dumb, okay? I don't like it. And then like, what about cockpit? It should be click pit. But this is what I mean, right? Like, I have, but that's the problem. This is why I hate all of this. This is why I'm kind of against the whole thing, because to me, there's always going to be somebody left out. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just the way the world is. Like, there's always going to be somebody that's going to take it and go, oh, but what about this? Oh, but what about this? And once you give into it, you just kind of like open yourself up for that, I feel like. So I know that, like, here especially, it bothers me because Amy Carlson is almost worse than Trudeau with this shit. So she's all like, God's a woman, not a man, which I've brought up on numerous occasions. I believe that if you do believe in God, it's a sentient being, so there shouldn't be a gender anyway. I don't understand. Jesus was a male. Mary was a woman. Joseph was a man. You know, like, come on. So for me, it's like this kind of like thing is just silly. It's Amy. Like when she does this here, it's worse than just changing the language. 'Cause for me, her doing this here is her trying to use this to manipulate more into the cult, right? Because she's this cult leader of this thing. This at the time it would have been Love Has Won when this was first written. Like I keep saying, they like started this when she was still alive, And then, as you can kind of see, it's sort of updated with, like, her dying and etc., right? Like we just read. When they do her story, they just told us her whole fucking life story, allegedly. So, oh, that's kind of cool. Jesus in Dutch translates to your sister. That's kind of great. I like that. I don't know if it's true. I'm going to trust you because I don't know Dutch. But if that's true, I actually love that. See, and like, if somebody just brought that up to me and they were like, Jesus might have been a girl, I would actually kind of love to entertain that thought for a moment and be like, that would have been a different story. Probably it still would have had the same torture, although it would have been burned at the stake instead of hung on a cross, maybe, you know. But, like, here, her changing the language is not to be inclusive. I can maybe, like, you know, I can get semi on board with it if you're doing it to be inclusive. You got good intentions with that. And I believe in always doing things with good intention. All right, as long as you have a good intention, even if you fuck up, and like even doing something to me, at least I know that you had a good intention with it, okay? It's very important to me. So her doing this is not because she's being liberal like Trudeau and Canada. Her doing this is because she has hijacked like the whole story of creation. Because for most religions, okay, there was, like, Jesus. So we're going mainly with the Christian religion, which is the most accepted religion. Like, I'd say there's probably more Christians and Catholics in, like, the US and Canada than other religions. You know, that's not just to say that the other ones aren't as important or anything like that. I'm just talking the number of people that are in them. And with that religion, it's very much like, you know, Jesus, God, Joseph, and Mary. And then you have the Garden of Eden story, which, as you've been hearing, especially in this stream, they continuously bring it up. So Amy's hijacked basically like their creation story, the creation story that the Christians use, that Catholics use, those that follow the Bible, right, use, with the start of the world, and she's hijacked it to make it so that she's in it somehow, right? Because she had to put herself in there. And so she actually said she reincarnated as Jesus. So she claims to have been Jesus when Jesus came back. That's cool. I like this. So Jesus, you know, came back. Allegedly, it was Amy Carlton. That was her vessel, right? Because they do the reincarnation thing. So that was one of her vessels, was Jesus. And that kind of pisses me off. Because I'm like, that's not fair to do to, like, the Christians. That's not their story. That's not the story of the Bible. So it's just a little weird for me. And it's her way of putting herself into that story, so that she can then prey on people who believe that story to me. It's all for faith manipulation purposes. And even when she does it here with the true her story, it's because she has this whole thing where everything is about her as Mother God. And she is the earth, and she is creation, and she's everything. Because she is God, very much how, again, the Catholics and the Christians see their God as a being that's all over, right? A lot of them believe that God is everywhere and everything, and you just have to pray to have a connection, and etc. So she's kind of like taking that, and then she's using that, but twisting it and putting herself in it. And then here she wants you to then even take the word history and somehow include her in it. And I think that's why this one pisses me off even more, excuse me, than people kind or humankind or whatever ever will. This one is so that she is putting herself in all of the history now. So not only has she hijacked that, she's also hijacked the whole, like, Marilyn Monroe JFK thing, right? She said that At this time, it would have been Jason Castillo as Father God, and he is still Father God of the Joy Reigns cult, which is the other sect of Love Has Won now that he runs. I've talked about it a lot on my channel too. If you look up Joy Reigns, Rains, it will pop up with me all over. But, so here she's like taking all that. She's like, this is about me. You know, because at that time, allegedly, she's Marilyn Monroe, he's JFK, and apparently they had a meeting with Eisenhower and the Greys, the aliens, and there was that agreement. That's what, like, the whole thing was about, you know? That's why this whole, like, reincarnated as Mother God thing happened. Because that happened. So because of their agreement, right, she came back as Mother God, and then did what we saw and what we know of her from her being Amy Carlson. So her latest and last reincarnation was as Amy. After she was Jesus, after she was Marilyn Monroe, after she was Eve, after she was Cleopatra, you know, like, and this is what I mean. So I'm like, that wasn't enough. Like, you hijacking a whole list of stories from, like, U.S. history, and then also hijacking the story of creation, and then the story of Garden of Eden. That's not enough. Now, not only are you doing that, but you also have to change the word history to be herstory, so that you're just in all of it. Like, now you're just in all history, except it's herstory now. So, see, it's like, now she's not only doing faith manipulation, now she's like, I don't know, doing history manipulation. I don't know what to call that. Because she's put herself in all of these, like, conspiracy theories and etc. just so that she can, like, explain her being reincarnated a bunch so that she could say she's God. And that those were all of her chances and blah, 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 like we just heard, right? Like, I just read her story, you heard. We know now what the story is with her and why. We've at least covered all of that. So now they're going to tell us about what happened, like, after she's dead. And it's just irking me that they're like, the true her story of Earth. So, like, all of Earth and all of the history has to do with her. Like, good job. Good job, Amy. Like, you're really that much of a narcissist? Now, like, all of history, like, you know, hijacking those few stories, that wasn't enough for you, and like Cleopatra and a bunch of like other ones. She is God. She has straight up claim to be God. That is her claim. And that's why she did all the reincarnations. Every time she reincarnated, it was to like learn. It's a lot like Ekankar. Ekankar has the same theory kind of with reincarnation. So every time you're reincarnated as someone, and hers are all like famous people, and like Cleopatra, Jesus, right? Like, so somebody that was seen as a god. Cleopatra was even seen as a god. So this is what I mean. She's reincarnated, if not as gods, then as somebody very important like Marilyn Monroe. So no matter where she puts herself, and Jason, because then Jason's JFK, right? And Jason's Joseph, which, ew, I'm just gonna leave that one alone, you know? We're just not gonna talk about Jesus and Joseph. Joe, do not write that fanfic, damn it. Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it. Like, it's just like, she's literally hijacked it so that she is God. And not only God, but every single important person in her story, because it's her story now, not history. Because, you know, you don't want to be sexist. Fucking Jesus. I'll need to verify the validity of her story with my engrams. Excuse me, sorry. I'm like a little coffee today. Probably because of the weather change. Watch, I'll be sick like by Saturday now. Even my daughter was like, oh, Mom, there's snow out. I'm probably going to be sick. And I was like, yeah, that's how it works in this house, kiddo. So, her story, you know, the amount of disclosure, I'll start from the beginning. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. because I got angry. I was like, Jesus Christ, Amy, your delusions of grandeur, sense of importance, and literally thinking she's God and any important person just blows my mind. Like, if you have never seen a narcissist, that is a textbook narc thing to do. I've never in my life come across even a cult leader who's that much of a narc. Like, usually when they do this, and there have been some, by the way, that have claimed to reincarnate as people in the past. This isn't like, Amy's not the first one or anything, and she's also not the first one I've covered. But usually it will be like a handful of them. You know, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Amy did it to the point where some of these people were alive at the same time, and it was just a mess. Her whole thing is a mess. And so it irks me a bit that people can fall for it, but you know, here we are. So the amount of disclosure seems daunting to present to the public, because no one will believe it, as the true her story of Earth and events will be disclosed that the public is ignorant of. However, once disclosure is released, many more will follow like a snowball. This is the karma, don't bring me into this, that humanity has manifested as they choose not to listen, not to feel, and not to wake up. Many will not make it through the ascension process, and many souls may choose to leave the planet. A little bit worrisome. Sounds like we're talking about a doomsday now. A disclosure hits the masses. The first waivers will be prepared to educate and guide humanity through the ascension process. Aren't we lucky? This is why it is crucial for as many souls as possible to anchor in their higher selves and to hold the light for those exiting the illusion. Which is why they have classes, right? This will not be easy for the collective, and there will be chaos. Good to know. Thank you for that. Mom has prepared us all for this moment, and that moment is coming soon. As the collective gains more awareness, the consciousness of the planet will rise, and we will begin rapidly expanding towards the 5th dimension, and there it is. All, including those already awakened, must prepare and let go of all belief systems. There is much we still do not know, and we must be able to embrace, accept, and allow, and set the example for the rest of the collective. Chapter 16, The Event. This one's a bit scary. The event has long been spoken about amongst the lightworker community. Because yes, there is a whole community of it, trust me. And there are many theories about what the event will entail. In future, we will get into all of them, don't you worry, I got you. The truth is that we have no idea what the event will look like, says the all-knowing people in the cult. There are many options for the way the divine plan will unfold, and the plan changes every moment based on the collective consciousness. I think that's probably not good. You don't want it to constantly change. Like on Passive's website, you just don't want that. There may be a full decloaking of the galactics. I'm scared as to what that means as well. Full disclosure, triggering a sharp spike in consciousness, an energetic event of light that permeates the magnetic shield of Earth, etc. Like, we don't know what etc. means. They do, probably, but we don't. The most important part of the event, yeah, we can't leave this part out, right, is that the event occurs within first. Yep, that's the secret, I guess. We can only create something externally that is aligned vibrationally to our internal state. Yeah, that's a lot to take in, isn't it? Yes, you can only create something on the outside if it has a similar vibration to your inside, is basically what that says. Without an internal awakening, the event cannot occur. And then I'm confused again because I thought this event was like something we're all going through, all of us here on Earth. But now it seems selective again. Chapter 16, light bodies. And no, they don't mean people that don't weigh a lot, skinny bitches, okay? As we continue on in this ascension journey, yes, the most words you could put in. They write like I do. They put in all of the words. We are anchoring in massive amounts of light. In this 3D realm, which, again, remember, we're on the 3D Earth, right? Because you can't live in 2D, obviously, so we're 3D people here in Earth. Our vessels are dense, and are carbon-based structures. As we enter higher realms, the body is shifting into a crystalline form, which is much lighter and is external. Like outside your body, right? Part of the transition is moving out of the pain and suffering cycle and into eternal being. There is no longer a death and rebirth cycle for incarnation once we reach the 5th dimension. This is how they explain how Amy Carlson never comes back. Beings will be able to enter Earth through a portal and come and go as they please. Our bodies will no longer be dense, but filled with light. Disease, illness, and pain will no longer exist as our bodies will be self-healing. Like, that is something that is actually impossible. You cannot have a self-healing body. You know? Yes, last time I checked, I was 3-dimensional. Yes. I don't know what they mean by self-healing. Even in an emotional sense. Like, I guess you could kind of emotionally be self-healing if you, like, go to a lot of therapies and you really do understand yourself and you get how to, like, you know, manage your emotions and do everything perfectly. Like, if that's what they mean, you know, then I'm like, okay, but I don't think that's what they mean because they say our bodies will be self-healing. So then I'm thinking, like, you cut off your finger and then your finger's supposed to grow back. And I'm like, listen, bitch, I don't care how many gods you believe in or pray to, you're never going to get there. If that's what being, like, in the 5D dimensional state means, it's never gonna happen. So this is when, like, you know, I have weird questions like that. Because I don't understand. I'm like, what do you mean your bodies will be self-healing? Because they explain it at first when I was reading this. Because I have read through before I started streaming it, don't worry. When I first read this, I was kind of like, okay. They're talking about being an external being outside of your body and having an energy and a vibration. I was like, they must be talking about the soul. Right? Like, because if you are not an atheist bitch like me, then you believe that you have a soul and that after death, that soul goes to heaven or goes to wherever you think it goes or reincarnates into another being. According to them, though, you've reached the 5th dimension, therefore you don't get to reincarnate. Your reincarnation, as I stated, is a lot like Eckankar's, whereas with theirs, you're moving closer to God each time, and here, you're moving closer to the 5th dimension each time. So every time you reincarnate, you're on, like, a part of your journey and supposed to be getting better at all this every time. So at first, I thought they meant like that. And then I was like, that would make some sense. But then if you're a soul, you don't really have a body. So then I got confused. Because I was like, wait a second. No, you're not passed on. And your soul would not be external of your vessel. Unless you were passed on, I'm thinking. Right? Because, yeah, that's usually when your soul leaves your body. That means you rip, you know? So then I was just fucking confused. Tell me if you yourselves are confused. And we can all be confused together. Because I've tried to make sense of this a lot. This part specifically. And I am like, I don't get what they're talking about. Because they talk about how you don't need a vessel anymore. You're not being reincarnated. So then what body do you have to self-heal? I mean, technically that you don't have it shouldn't even be an issue. Right? And, you know, a lot of people that are religious, they do believe that when you pass on, you know, all of your disease and your illnesses obviously aren't going to come with you. You won't be in pain anymore, right? It's almost like you go into a euphoric state. A happy euphoric state to go to heaven and whatnot. Or again, whatever you believe in. Being reborn again, whatever it is. So, like, when they say this, and they say your bodies will be self-healing, I'm like, oh, wait. So then we are still in our vessel, in our body, and it's gonna heal itself, like I said, where you cut off a fucking finger and it's supposed to grow back. And again, that's unattainable. And it still doesn't make sense when they explain it as the emotional or energetic bodies. Trust me. It like, none of this makes sense now going forward. It all starts to kind of contradict itself. And, like, because especially if you've been here for the whole thing, and you remember, like, how they said the Earth was created before and stuff, things start to get a little bit crazy. So this process is challenging for the human body as well as the emotional and energetic bodies. In these 3D vessels, our bodies we all have right now, we hold density, trauma, and wounding from many lives that is passed down through DNA, absorbed through environment and programming, and ingested through the misuse of drugs, alcohol, sex, food, and medication, which is good to know they don't consider that to be drugs, I guess. As light enters the body, density gets pushed to the surface. This is uncomfortable for the vessel and can also cause many symptoms. Like, it seems like this is very painful and nobody would want to do this. If the being is unaware of the process they are undergoing, they can attach to the symptoms, creating fear and belief systems, which only further extend the severity and length of them. Many beings also turn to 3D medicine, which only furthers damages the brain and body. Sorry, that was hard to read. It's wrong. The grammar's always wrong. The formatting's awful. The grammar's awful. Sometimes the spelling's awful. It's almost like going through an unpassive document. Thank God I have experience with this. The light also triggers anything unhealed within the emotional and energetic vessel to the surface for awareness. Yay! This is where the being becomes especially uncomfortable, as they are pushed outside their comfort zone and forced to face things that they have buried within them. This can cause severe depression, emotional breakdowns, mental illness, which is really just energetic imbalance. That's right, they don't believe in mental illness. Disconnection from self, and insanity, which, can I just point out, hi, 5D, full disclosure, how are you going to tell me that mental illness doesn't exist, and then list insanity as a symptom? I mean, is insanity not a mental illness now? What's happening with that? Things like this happen a lot now. The spiritual disciplines are imperative in order to stay centered throughout this process. It involves a lot of self-healing, inner work, and constant transformation. So again, I am thinking of self-healing as something that you do on the inside, like healing your emotions, healing your trauma, blah, 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 blah. Yep, been there, done that, been in therapy for 20 years. What's good? But it's not. Because they're just going to confuse us again in a little while. That it's going to sound like the physical body again. Like I said, if you're not keeping up with it, don't feel bad. We are reading cult documents. Insanity is a superpower. I see. That's why she was Spider-Man, apparently, to her son. Yeah. It all comes back around. So it involves a lot of self-healing, inner work, and constant transformation. Finally, the brain must go through intense rewiring as it deprograms itself and opens up to the higher consciousness frequencies. This can cause headaches, fogginess, confusion, racing thoughts, bipolar disorder, which is just the left and right brain attempting to merge, because mental health isn't real. Oh, but you could also get anxiety and mental breakdowns, because mental health isn't real. Mom has provided all of the tools, techniques, and natural medicines to get through this light body process, as she was the first being in creation. To anchor in a light body, or avatar, if you will, into physicality. She took on all the pain so that our experience would be grand. Staying hydrated. Sorry, I just saw the colloidal, so I forgot that it was there. Staying hydrated, grounding, eating meat, meditating, resting consciously, which, oh, okay, I guess that's a thing, like just kind of zoning out while you're not like sleeping, resting, got it. Eating consciously, that is a thing, that means that you're being conscious of what you're eating about. And detoxifying from all inorganic substances, only the inorganic ones, is essential to help the body heal, along with spiritual disciplines. These are your tools for your ascension. We also recommend taking colloidals daily as your ascension essentials and utilizing plasma in your home. And don't you guys worry, because they sell them in their shop. Yeah, no, this cult wasn't about money. They promise. Just like modern alternative mama wasn't about money. Just like Ash isn't about money. They promised. Here we go. You ready? Colloidal silver has an antibiotic detox vessel. Colloidal gold. Rebalance and reconnect the brain. Colloidal platinum. Activating the dormant DNA. I just also want to point out colloidal silver is partially what killed Amy. She was found silver. She turned silver because she took so much. Colloidal iridium. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Activating the right brain, God consciousness. Colloidal copper. Heals the neurological system and helps with addiction and anti-aging. No. Colloidal titanium. Helps fortify the bones, muscles, and tendons, and electrical system. Because you have an electrical system, right? Your energies. Colloidal indium. Helps with migraines, gives energy boost, and helps the body crystallize. Yes, we are doing illegal medical claims now. We always have. Just now they're right in our face.
What do you want me to draw next?
Well, sweetie, one sec, guy. I love you. Little one needed me for a second. So, Yeah, these are obviously all illegal medical claims. They're just as illegal for Amy Carlson and her cult to have made, and they're still being made, and it is still illegal. And the FDA and FTC would love to know about it, and don't you worry, I have let them know. And no, it is not going in real life when you report dangerous, bad medical claims. I've had some people tell me lately that I go in real life because I do that. Because I report companies when they do illegal things, that's going in real. I'm like, no. No, that's not what that is. Anyway, colloidal palladium helps with the pituitary system and adrenal system, balancing your hormones. It will not. It will not. Plasma products include plasma water. Purifies the beverage and the vessel, allowing more light to be absorbed. Plasma spray. Corrects the energetic system as well as the environment. Plasma pain patches, which isn't fucking bolded for some reason. Corrects the energetic field within the body that is holding density and causing pain. Plasma coasters. Yep, coasters. Yep. That's what you put your drink on. Yep. Creates its own energy field to activate anything placed on top of it. Any drink. Plasma generators can be placed in your home to create a completely conscious field around your home. And completely conscious field around your home, allowing more healing, connection, and energy to flow through you and your space. Yeah. Gross, but whatever. Chapter 17. 5D technology, which they also call crystal technology. Colloidal titanium, that must cost a lot. Their products are pricey. I've talked about them before. When you don't know that plasma is just really hot air. Shh. Don't tell them. So now we're on chapter 17, page 76. 5D technology. 5D technology, aka also known as crystal technology, will come into manifestation as we raise our frequencies to be a match and to such technology. Which, by the way, this formatting also pitches me off. Like, why did we not just put this? Any other book, this would have started on the next page. Anyway. As we learned from the times of Atlantis and Lemuria, bringing up the past, remember, if we are not in the state of pure unconditional love in the heart, we cannot properly use crystal technology. AI, artificial intelligence, don't tell Ash, is what the Cabal has created as a mimic of crystal 5D technology. The technology we see today is actually dark technology. It is being used for censorship, spying, manipulation, and control, rather than being used for freedom, love, unity, and evolution. The goal of the AI agenda is to turn humanity into hybrid AI humans, which would allow the Cabal to keep control and keep humanity trapped in the third dimension. Oh no! Plasma technology is going to pave the way into the 5D crystal technology. Mom has worked extensively with the plasma, and raised it to the 14th dimension. Yup. There's 14 of them. This is the first 14th D technology to ever come into this planet, and it is exclusive to Mother's unified field. Plasma makes up the entire cosmos as the fifth element. It is the smallest state of matter in existence and holds the frequency of pure consciousness. It cannot be manipulated, controlled, or lowered in vibration. By utilizing plasma in your daily life through the tools Mom has created for humanity, you begin to acclimate acclimate your vessel and environment to the higher dimensions. It allows the physical atoms to begin coming back into alignment and getting into their highest alignment. Yep. This technology will pave the way for things like med beds. There it is, guys. Med beds and replicators. But not until humanity has raised its vibration to allow the full manifestation of this technology. 5G AI vaccines! Ah, watch out! Yep. Yep, that's what we're doing. Med beds now. Like what Ash talked about. Because Ash Bufar went into that for a while with Red and Mike Ellis and them. We just love the med beds over here. It's all a bunch of hoopla. All a bunch of hoopla, and it's also, like, people that sell them and like, promote them right now, like, for the future, because they're not really in existence yet, but they're scammers. Chapter 18, The Divine Decree. This was written by Mother of All Creation. Yes, that's right, everyone. Yeah, I better clear my throat and get right ready. We're going to be reading Mother God's words herself from the grave. Gotta love it. Number 1. Has decreed the dissolving of the program ego mind, which caused illusionary pain and suffering for humanity, is now unfolding. What this means is that it's wake-up time for humanity. The old equals illusionary ego is out. The new foundation of the new earth, heaven on earth, Garden of Eden, only unconditional love and oneness has been firmly established. Within this decree and truth, only love beings in harmony and balance can be here on planet Earth as decreed. All egos out, removed, dissolved from the incoming energies of pure love. The old equals illusionary ego is out, and there is no going back from here, nor is there any way to stop this. Stay centered, grounded, choose love, remain in pure thought, be present, show up. We are the ones we have been waiting for. 2. Decreed. Everyone is to awaken, and so it is in the kingdom of heaven. So now it is on earth. The time is now to embrace, allow, and trust our presence on this planet. The quicker the highest truths become known and understood, the quicker the changes will occur for the highest benefit of the all. You cannot change the events about to occur. They are inevitable. You can accept this now and be joyful, or later. Either way, all highest truths are inevitable. Outcomes equals now. 3. As decreed humanity, the moment has come to unite into all love is. We are grounding forever the energy of balance, harmonics into physical manifestation. Engage all twin flame connections and fill... Why are you yelling at me, Mother God? And fill these connections with the reality of pure love, thus dissolving all discordant energies or fantasies carried from the density of illusion. Reunions in process engaged now to balance out these last dramas. I don't know why she's so mad at us. Number 4. As decreed and granted, the consciousness on the planet has entered completely into the unified field of all love is. The pathway home for humanity, I can't keep yelling this, is brightly lit up as love, source, creation fills all the holes or gaps of unconsciousness with light, unconditional love, and truth. Transforming all into the light of truth, and so it is in heaven, as it is now manifested on planet Earth equals heart. Like, okay. 5. As decreed, humanity's presence has been requested within love from the kingdom of heaven, and is heaven's decree in the manifest to set humanity free. Divine decrees of God second set of divine decrees. Decree 1. All hostilities against your brothers and sisters must stop now. No more killing of our children. Decreed, and so it is on earth as it is in heaven. The war didn't get that. It just never got the memo, I guess. Decree 2. All of the religions on this planet that have taken from the people and lied to the people must give everything back to the people whom they have deceived. Then provide them with the real truth, which will be an oh my god event. And so it is, and is done, granted. Decree 3. All corporations being illegal, non-existent entities will be dissolved immediately. Love is all that exists on planet Earth equals heart. Well, where will you get your colloidal silver from? Where we are all equal. Cooperations will be installed in their place. Effective immediately. They want communism. This is when the sorrow will be released to the people. And so it is on earth as it is in heaven. And so it is. Decreed. Granted. Still waiting, Amy. I'm still waiting. Decree 4. No longer will the resources of this planet be exploited to feather the nests of the ignorant. All the resources on this planet are now to be returned to the people, as they belong to the people. And so it is on earth as it is in heaven, and so it is decreed and granted. Decree 5. The entire 911 truth, because they didn't put the dash, as well as the UFO conspiracy cover-up, must be revealed immediately. Oh my god, imagine if she actually knew that they said that the aliens were real. With all other secrets. Otherwise, we will just show up. Oh no, we don't want that. This will be revealed now to the people, which the people are the true government on this planet. This is the true national security. The people are the ones that make the country secure. Oh god. If these are not revealed immediately, we, the people, will abolish that illusionary government. And so it is, and so will be done. Decreed, granted. Apparently heaven wanted nothing to do with that one. Decree 6. All that is not aligned in the truth of love is to all be revealed now, as divinely decreed to end the cycle of fear, pain, and suffering. Decree 7. The dream machine has been within the pyramids, in which the Illuminati tapped back into Atlantis. As the story goes, they soon found psychics who were able to assist them. They found the pyramids and then began misusing the energies by implanting dreams and lower thoughts for the use of their own purpose. This has been going on for many millennia. Many millennia is like one drop of water in a multi-dimensional universe. An ocean of pure love, as always pure love. None of this makes any fucking sense, right? Because of the severe misuse of this machine, the planet requested this be reset to the highest possible thought, which is the mirrors and reflections of love everywhere present. Now, all light workers that have already stepped out of the dream, your responsibility is to assist all your other brothers and sisters that are still in the dream out of the dream. Okay? Do your job. And so it is, and so shall be done. And so it is on earth as it is in heaven, and so it shall be, as decreed and granted. Thank God heaven's back in this. These decrees have always been ever present, meaning they have always been here. Now, it is up to all of you to put these into your experience, creation, and motion. For this is the absolutely exact right moment of your complete freedom if you so choose. The moment is now, when the planet is returned to the people. The meek are inheriting the earth, and so it is on earth as it is in the kingdom of heaven. And so it is, and so shall be, decreed and granted. These decrees have been decreed. Jesus Christ, Amy. Fuck me. You know, Amy, sometimes you cracked me up. These decrees have been decreed by the Galactic Federation of Light, Mother of all creation, Mother Earth, and Father of all creation, not Father Earth, by the way, fuck that. The kingdom company of heaven, all of the angels, the Elohim, the elemental kingdom, the entire inner earth family, all of your family of light, Mother Earth, the ground crew medical team for first contact. Who are they? I don't know. This your first time hearing of them in this whole document? Yes, it is. When we only got 9 pages left. Granted and decreed, and so it is, and so shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Blessed be. No, love is here. Thank you for spreading this across the planet. So, yeah, that last chapter there, that was written by Mother God. What did you guys think? Did you guys like that? And that's how she wrote everything. Most of it she screamed at us in capital letters. And I was like, calm down. Jesus Christ, you know? So, yeah. That's, what she left everyone with. Before she died, she, left this lovely little letter, if you will, to her, future cult leaders. And that's what it was, basically. It was that. She left all these decrees and then told them all how to proceed in running this cult, which is why it still has not died down. Now we are on chapter 19, which is the universal laws, which we have touched on a little bit throughout this. Now we're going to actually explain them, because throughout this she kept saying the universal laws, and it was like, well, what are the fucking universal laws to you guys? Here we go. Let's get into it. We're almost done this thing. Chapter 19, Universal Laws. Number 1, the universal law of divine oneness. Everything in the universe is connected to absolutely everything else. Everything that we say, do, and think affects each other and the entire of creation around us. We are all connected to Mother of all creation, Prime Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Gaia, Sophia. Yes, you would think that the oneness would not tell you that you're connected to everyone, but yeah, we are all one. The universal law of vibration is the second one. Everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and travels in circular patterns. These same principles of vibration apply in the physical realm to our thoughts, words, and goals as they do in the etheric. Every word, thought, and feeling has its own vibration frequency, unique unto itself. The law of action is number 3. Action must be applied in order for us to manifest things in the earth plane. Therefore, we must engage in actions that support our divine thoughts, dreams, feelings, and words, and divine creation. Number 4, the law of correspondence. The principles, or laws, of metaphysics that explain the physical plane of energy lies in vibration. The corresponding principles of the etheric operate under the principle of as above, so below. Aren't you glad they explained them so well? Number 5, the law of cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance or outside the universal laws. Of course, we can act outside a universal law here on Earth, as we have been given free will. However, every action or energy embodied outside a universal law will attract like results. Every action has a consequence. We reap what we have sown. Maybe G-Man joined this cult. Number 6, the law of compensation. Weird. This is the law of cause and effect applied to blessings and abundance that is provided for us. The physical effect of our good deeds are given to us in gifts, money, inheritances, friendships, miracles, and blessings. When we give love, we get love. Often we can be live that we have been giving love. However, the motivating energy was actually to feel better ourselves, to validate ourselves or prove our worth. However, subconscious that action is, the universe knows the energies you are embodying, even when the mind does not allow your understanding. Only the heart feels, and therefore knows. Again, everything's like thought through your heart. Number 7, the law of attraction, which we know how I feel about that. This law determines how we create things, events, and people that come into our lives are always a reflection of our internal energies. The situations you find yourself in, the people you attract are a reflection of some aspect of you. Our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions produce energies that in turn attract like energies. Anger attracts anger. Joy attracts joy. Negative attracts negative. And positive attracts positive. Now this drives me crazy with the formatting. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. All persons have within them the power and capacity to change all conditions in their lives. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones always, and therefore each of us has the constant capacity to change the energies and vibrations we embody, and therefore the energies and vibrations of our lives, by understanding the universal laws that define the principles in such a way as to effect change. Number 9. The law of relativity. Each person will receive a series of tests of initiation for the purpose of strengthening and uncovering the light within. We must consider each of these tests to be merely a lesson or a blessing, although they can feel like challenges and remain connected to our heart throughout. It is through the heart that we grow. We must be grateful for each situation, because the judgment of whether it is good or bad is an illusion. It just is. And it has come into your life because it was exactly what your soul needed to expand. Number 10, again with the awful formatting, the law of polarity. Everything is on a continuum, and do you know what bothers me about this? There's so many fucking spaces they could have... It's one line, and then it's 3 lines. Why couldn't they have put it all on this page here? Just tell me. Everything is on a continuum and has an opposite. We can transform all unfavorable thoughts by focusing on the opposite pole. It is the law of vibration. The law of rhythm. And no, this is not how you do rap songs. Unfortunately, that would be a lot more fun. Everything vibrates and moves to certain rhythms. These rhythms establish seasons, cycles, stages of development, and atoms. Each cycle reflects the regularity of God's universe. Masters know how to raise, formatting, above negative parts of a cycle by being in a state of divine non-attachment, which is 2 words, I guess, never allowing their consciousness to get penetrated by negativity. Yeah, you definitely don't want your consciousness to get penetrated, that's for sure. Number 12. The law of balance. Everything has its masculine, yang, and its feminine, yin. This principle is the basis of all creation. The spiritual initiate must balance the masculine and feminine energies within themselves to become a master and true co-creator with God. Because allegedly you can become a co-creator with God. Number 13, the law of transparency. Which is funny for a cult to be talking about, just saying. Love is transparent with all. Nothing is hidden, as all is able to access love with all of creation. We are genuine, authentic, and true, for our very essence is love. Number 14, the law of unity consciousness. We are all one connected with Prime Creator Source, Mother of all creation, Great Spirit. All consciousness, knowledge, wisdom, unconditional love flows throughout all of creation. We experience, grow, expand, and share love with all. Yep, we just share love with everyone. Shouldn't the mail be weighing? Haha, I like that, Thomas. This is junk Scientology, basically, right? It really is. It's very loosely based off of Scientology. Most cults are, actually. You'd be surprised. Pretty much all of them are. So, again, the whole, like, think with your heart thing. It's all about love. Everything is about love. And then number 15 is the law of unconditional love. And I'm like, isn't that just every fucking law? Haven't we already, like, been doing the love thing? Anyway. 15, the law of unconditional love. We are all created in unconditional love as the mirror image of Mother and Father of all creation. We are to be love in every moment, representing all the divine traits of our beloved spiritual parents. We honor all benevolent, I can't say that word, life and assist in the continued expansion of creation in unity consciousness. Okay. Now we are on to the second set of universal laws, which they let us know was also written by Mother of all creation. This was left for them by Mother God before she was mummified with Christmas lights in her bed. Number 1, support honesty and truth. Number 2, support Mother Earth and Heaven. Number 3, support happiness, joy, creativity, peace, and harmony. Number 4, support who you truly are as gods and goddesses. Number 5, support unconditional love and God. Number 6, support passion, playfulness, and laughter. Number 7, support beauty, perfect health, and healing. Number 8, support all creation and set intentions for the highest good. 9, support vision, faith, and miracles. 10, support kindness and smiles. 11, support oneness, grandness, and living in the moment. Number 12, support the one river of life. 13, support our galactic brothers and sisters. 14, support abundance, treasures, and gifts, of course. 15, support living in a state of gratitude. 16, support true freedom and live life real. 17, support nature in all her beauty and wisdom. 18, support manifesting all of one's dreams and desires. 19, support rainbows and building bridges of love to one another. 20, support angels and all who serve the highest good. And 21, support becoming the greatest, grandest vision or version one can be. Yep. And we have finally made it, everyone! Yay! Excuse me, we are finally on the last chapter of this thing. The last chapter, of course, is chapter 20, The Code for Humanity. And you'll all be happy to know that it's only 4 pages. So, I mean, there's not that much of a code for humanity, I guess. Thomas says, maybe it's me, but I can't trust a holy doctrine with typos, right? Typos, grammatical errors, bad formatting. You know, at least the Bible did better. Come on now. The brains might hurt. Next, the law of accepting credit card payments, right? Support the deity with McManions and continuous cash flow. Yep. Especially the cash flow. And it's funny because they're like, oh, make sure you take colloidal silver. Well, in their shop, when I first spoke out about this, and still to this day, they of course sell colloidal silver. So, like, what are we doing, you know? But we have finally made it to chapter 20 of this cult book. The Code for Humanity. And you would think that the Code for Humanity would be something like crazy long. And, you know, it's all of humanity's code. Why would that be a short thing? Like, you know? You think it'd be a whole book in its own. But it's 4 pages. And it's like, okay. It just seems funny to me. I don't know why. But let's get right into it. Chapter 20. The Code for Humanity. I like how they name the chapter and then they tell us again. The Code. 10 intentions for a better planet. Which is the focus. To have the code work in your life, say it once a day. The first love in action. Support life. I refrain from opposing or harming anyone. I allow others to have their own experiences. I see life and all things and honor it as if it were my own. I support life and this cult. The second love in action. Seek truth. I follow my inner compass and discard all beliefs that are no longer serving me. I go to the source, which is not the source, of course, here in Canada, the store. It means Mother God. I seek truth. The truth is, love is all that exists. The third love in action. Set your course. I begin the creative process. I give direction to my life. I set my course. The fourth love in damn it, this formatting is driving me crazy. The fourth love in action. Simplify. I let go, so there is room for something better to come in. I intend that I am guided, guarded, protected, and lined up with the highest good at all times. I trust and remain open to receive from both expected and unexpected sources. Don't take candy from strangers, kids. I simplify. I guess that's part of the last one. I simplify. Again, the formatting of this thing. The fifth love in action. Stay positive with toxic positivity. Like all cults have. I see good, say good, and do good. I accept the gifts from all of my experiences. I am living in grace and gratitude. I stay positive. The sixth love in action. Synchronize. Not swimming or dancing. Nothing fun like that, damn it. After intending and surrendering, I take action by following the opportunities that are presented to me. I am in the flow where great mystery and miracles abide, fulfilling my mission and being what I came here to be. Love everywhere present. I synchronize. I love how it's just I synchronize. Like, I'm just going to do this, this, and this, and I synchronize. There, synchronized. Look at that. Look at me go, you know? The seventh love in action. Serve others. I am love in action. I always have enough to share. I am available to help those who need it. I serve others. Like they just they decide and announce it. I serve others. It's true. I promise. The code 3. Excuse me. Why are we on code 3 now all of a sudden? They just kind of throw that in here. I don't know why code 3 is just randomly. Because then we're on 8th. We're not on 1. I'm probably worrying about the formatting again too much. Sorry. Okay. The code 3. The 8th love in action. Shine your light. Shine your light. I am a magnificent being, awakening to my highest potential. I express myself with joy, smiling easily and laughing often. I shine my light. These are just like affirmations, right? The 9th love in action. Co-create. I insist on the co-creation and manifestation of heaven on earth equals heart by envisioning this through being consciousness in action and telling others about it. I share my vision. The 10th love in action, and the final one, and the final thing that you read in this book. By the way, this is it, guys. It's over after this. The 10th love in action. Synergize. I see humanity as one. I enjoy gathering with light-hearted people regularly. When we come together, we set the stage for great oneness to reveal itself. We synergize. Synergize. We synergize. Maybe they are superheroes. Eh? Maybe they are. So we're not supposed to take candy from strangers. Now you tell me. I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We should have let you know before. The code on the back of your debit card. Yes. So that is the whole thing. That's the end of it, guys. That's right. We got through. Today we read Chapter 12, the Chakra System. Chapter 13, Divine Qualities. Chapter 14, Mother of All Creation's Journey. Chapter 15, Disclosure, the Event. Chapter 16, Light Bodies. Chapter 17, 5D Technology. Chapter 18, The Divine Decrees. 19, Universal Laws. And we just finished Chapter 20, The Code for Humanity. I am glad that I got this done like I said I would within 3 streams. Woo! 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 Anyway, that was the Ascension Manual. Exiting the illusion and becoming the greatest and grandest version of yourself. It is one of their many readings, and we are going to be doing several of them in future. Yes, we are, and I cannot wait. But for next week's video on 5D Full Disclosure, we're actually going to be watching a video in which they're going to be talking about this. The video is about 45 minutes long, so I'm hoping that, it won't take me any more than like 2.5 hours to react to it. So that's what we are going to be doing next Thursday. Until then, I hope that you all have a fabulous week for those that only watch my 5D Full Disclosure content. Because some of you are, alright? Synergize. Wall Street use that one a lot. Yeah. So therefore, stay away from anything that tells you to do that. Tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a video about CC. Chris from New York, Westchester County, on our flat earth. And then I have another video coming out Saturday. And then, I'll see you guys Monday to talk about On Passive. I am going to be doing a stream about them on Monday. So that's kind of what's coming up on the channel in the next few days. And next week, we're going to be reacting to, of course, them talking about this in a video. And then we're probably going to do one stream afterwards where we're just going to kind of like chit-chat about it, if you will. We're going to go through maybe the danger of some of these things that they're telling you to take, like let's talk about colloidal silver again, and etc. So if you're wondering what's coming up with this, that's what we're going to be doing. And then there are lots of really great, funny videos that we're going to be going through about this cult. Trust me, there is lots and lots of content on it, and I plan on showcasing and discussing as much of it as I possibly can. Yeah, Joe, we're just finishing up, but it's okay. You can go back. We finished the book today. Woo! Just like I wanted to. So we're done with the Ascension guide. And next week, Joe, I was just telling everyone I got a video where they explain it to us with their words. And we're going to have some fun comparing, if you will, what they say with their voices and what was written in this book. And I think it will be kind of fun for my cult people. Throw in a book club and a magazine, and you have the Church of Oprah. I'm surprised that Oprah never ran a cult. Honestly, she could have. So thank you so much for being here, guys. And, no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Mwah! Bye! And remember, don't join a fucking cult.